Kakor že rečeno, zelo vljudno vabljeni, da se tudi vi pridružite pogovoru. I am inviting them to ask questions, tell some impressions or so. Bom pa jaz začela in jo kar vprašala malo o tem, o finski družbi, kakršno vidimo na filmu, pa tako, pa bom bolj njeno vprašanje potem prevajala. I was thinking now that this could actually be a Christmas movie. And as it is very romantic, a little bit funny, a little bit touching, a lot touching, also takes place on Christmas and so. But then I was thinking, is the Finnish society prepared for a Christmas film like this one? As we see people in the film that are quite open, but are these the characters in the film, or is this like a picture of society?
Yeah, this I will find out if Finnish audiences are prepared, because we have the cinema premiere in Finland on the 27th of December only, so it's still some time until it. Well, it's right after Christmas, but it's kind of a Christmas season still, so I'll find out. It's not. I guess it's not like the typical family portrayal. However, over the past few years already, there has been quite a lot of and a growing amount of discussion in different medias and just like in coffee table conversations about open relationships. So and like this kind of ethical non-monogamy. That's a difficult word to say in English, but so it is definitely something that everyone in Finland is somehow kind of aware of in one way or another. And I get an impression that Finland somehow is in the forefront in this kind of discussion, at least. I don't know the reason why, but that's what they tell me. People who actually follow this type of discussions in different countries, they have told me that, for example, in Sweden there is not quite as much this kind of conversation. So it's kind of like yes and no.
Se pravi, film še ni igral pravzaprav na finskem, tako da še ne ve, kakšen bo odziv finskih gledalcev. In tudi v filmu ni predstavljena seveda neka tipičen prerez finske družbe, ampak vendarle misli, da je Finska nekako ena prvoborka tovrstnih pravic ali pa razmišljanj o različnih ljubezenskih razmerjih ali pa tudi ureditvih teh razmerij, da je na primer na Švedskem drugače kot tudi pri nas. Here it's quite a taboo theme, I would say, of course, not for a part of society, but interestingly, you take for your main characters a priest and a politician, and I would say it's quite symbolic in a way. This could be people like leading people of society, of the progress of society, of being in touch with the society also. Why did you choose them?
I think I chose them to be a politician and a priest because I wanted them to be in a position of power, and I wanted the concept of power to be one of the elements that I'm playing with. And it has to do also with how I see this polyamorous family in the first place. I kind of see it as a metaphor of people coming together in any kind of situation. People who are different from each other and who have different needs and different backgrounds, etc., and who still need to get something done together, like get this life done and created together, and that's somehow how it is in all levels of life. And so the parliament and also the church is kind of reflecting that dynamic. One thing, of course, is also that this position of power with the main characters is kind of like an antagonism in the story. It's one of the reasons it's not so easy to be open about their family arrangement. And then thirdly, I wanted to have some kind of spirituality involved, like almost like God or whatever one wishes to name. It is like one of the characters, a side character.
Se pravi, službe glavnih likov se odločila za tako pomembne ali pa vidne službe v družbi, se pravi službe zaposlitve ali kako, zato ker jo je zanimalo ali pa se je hotela ukvarjati tudi s to pozicijo moči, ki jo imata one dva, vsak posebej v službi, pa kaj te službe predstavljajo v družbi. Po drugi strani je za moč ali pa razdelitev moči gre tudi seveda v odnosih med vsemi liki v filmu, da tudi nekdo govori namesto mene. In pa še I got totally lost, v bistvu.
I don't blame you. That's a really tough
I'm sorry.
job, and I gave it a bit long answer too.
No, it was a wonderful answer. A kdo ni razumel odgovora slučajno? Super. Everybody understands. No, because I lost also the next question. No, because I think it's also important that your main character. Še na koncu je bilo, da je eden izmed likov v bistvu zato, da je duhovnik, da je tudi nekako ta duhovnost vključena in pa mogoče celo Bog. Would you say that it's important for you that actually the real main character is a woman, as woman being more, I would say, dynamic, on the contrary to men, more progressive in a way of adopting, to change, and so that it has to be a woman to have this power of change and to be this force of change, let's say.
Yeah. When I first started writing, I was thinking that they are equal as characters, that none is like more main character than the other. But then gradually, already at the writing stage, it started to feel that Julia is maybe a little bit more of the main character. And then working with the actors, that kind of made it even more obvious. But I find it a bit difficult to think about the gender or the sex aspect in this matter. But then again, it's I find myself being a bit shy about stating facts about women and men. But yeah, I have seen a lot around me this kind of situation where men haven't really taken a stand in a situation, and it's the women who kind of make the decisions or choose something and take responsibility of the decision, and then the men just sort of travel in the I have to admit that's my perception, and it's true that women maybe are somehow oftentimes better at adapting to situations and like making a change, so just like you said.
Da se je preko pisanja scenarija v bistvu pokazala ženska kot glavni lik, da je hotela v bistvu nekako najprej imeti oba. In pa da verjetno je najino mnenje, noče biti tako zelo statement, it's not a statement, da ženske so nekako bolj prilagodljive in pa neka moč, ki nek napredek, neke spremembe prinaša. The film really touches the problem of the situation that we had in the film in Crash with Society only a few times and very gently with the family, with the church, and at the end with the co-workers, let's say. But you focus more on the feeling side, emotion side, on how to organize these emotions and all the relations.
Yeah, it's like, in a way, there's maybe in the audience there's maybe this anticipation for the scandal to happen, but it doesn't happen. Maybe it happens after the credits, because now they are more or less out of the closet, or at least the co-worker from another party knows, and basically what they have decided to be open about their relationship. So maybe the scandal will happen, but I just felt like I just didn't have anything interesting to say about the scandal. I mean, someone might have, but I didn't. I was more interested in other things, just like how they deal with these things that they have. And I guess I was more interested in. You mentioned gentleness. I was really curious about people who are actually trying to be really good to each other, and how that can be really difficult too, and that can create a lot of tension and stuff. So, yeah, I'm interested in how to make kindness really dramatic.
Yeah, you succeeded. Da je v filmu zanimalo predvsem, so jo zanimali te prijetni, prijazni in dobri ljudje, ki želijo svojim najbližjim, da bi se imeli lepo in tako, in kako najti dramatiko ali pa napetost v tovrstnih situacijah. Zdaj pa nimamo več prav veliko časa, pa bi vprašala, če bi kdo od vas še kaj vprašal. Prosim.
First, thank you for the film. I did enjoy it, and yes, I agree that you have succeeded in painting this difficulty of being kind to each other. So you decided to take a somewhat lightweight approach to this complex issue. So you make us laugh at the situations which are not funny at all, in a sense. And I was about to ask, maybe it's too early because you haven't screened in that many countries. Do you get different reactions from the audience, from different cultures?
I haven't really gotten so different reactions. Maybe the Q&As have been slightly different, but not so much different. And the laughs have been there. Since January, when we first screened it in the Netherlands and then in Sweden, and I have been in Romania and Croatia and Canada, Norway, and the reactions have been quite the same.
Because I find it so at one side we can see it as a comedy, right? And adopt the perception that they're just being immature and they have to grow up, right? And we laugh and take it as a comedy. But I find it a very brave attempt at handling these difficult emotions. So it's in this respect, it's not really funny. So.
Yeah, and when it's called For Little Adults, my intention is actually that the word little, I don't see it only as something to laugh at, but it's just something that we all are, and it's also something to be kind of gentle about, or something like that. So it's just not, they are not to be shamed of being little, something like that.
And the child is very adult.
Yeah, yeah.
He will tell them in 15 years how they messed up his life.
Exactly. Good thing they are kind of well-to-do, so they can pay for his therapy.
Še kakšno vprašanje mogoče?
But I still about this question, I can maybe let you know that I was maybe myself a bit surprised how funny it is, like that it's so much a comedy. Like I wasn't prepared for that. I was making this kind of heartbreaking film with a lot of pathos. I was aware of that I'm balancing this line of going really pathetic, and I did know that there's also some humor in it, but then when we screened it in Rotterdam and people were laughing so much, and we were just sitting there like, okay, well, I guess it's okay if you laugh.
Se ni zavedala, kakšno komedijo. Ni delala tako zelo smešnega filma, kot smo ga danes gledali v resnici. They would like us to leave because of the next projection.
Of course.
You are still here for another projection, or is it?
I'm not. I'm leaving tomorrow in the morning, so...
Okay, we wish you good luck, and we are anticipating your next film.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hvala, da ste prišli.
Thank you for coming to see it.